Hey everybody, welcome back. Today our practice is going to primarily focus on twisting and forward bending because today is what we might consider our detox day or the beginning of our detox. So we're starting to eliminate some of the items from our diet as well as some of the items from our lifestyle that we feel like don't support our optimal health and well-being. And in yoga asana, the twisting postures and the forward bending postures are often considered the detoxifying postures because they kind of compress and squeeze and release and stimulate the organs of digestion. So that's what we're going to be working on today. We're also going to add in some breath work, both here in our asana practice and then as a standalone practice that you can come back to later. So let's get started at the front of the mat. And then before you settle into Tadasana, just make sure you're going to have some blocks handy and a blanket handy. Grab those things if you don't have them, and then start to settle into mountain pose. So your feet are about hips width apart, parallel to each other, 10 toes pointing forward. You're going to stay facing the front of your mat in this way. I'm going to turn so that you have more of a kind of frontal view of this first exercise. So we're going to start with some breathing. We're just going to keep it really simple right now, just lifting the fingertips to the shoulders. And then we'll add a twisting motion. So when you inhale, you'll twist to the right. And when you exhale, you'll twist to the left. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Good. Do one more. Inhale and exhale. And then come back to center and release your arms down to your sides. So just take a deep breath in through your nose. And a slow breath out to check in. Good, and then we're going to add to that. So if you'll remember back to day one, our pranayama practice was called Bhastrika, or the bellows breath. There was a bit of a pumping action occurring in the abdomen, which we said helps to kind of stoke that digestive fire. It gets things going. So we want to add that bellows breath, or the Bhastrika breath, back into our practice. And we're going to do that with the twisting motion of the upper body. So the breath will be a little more forceful in and out. It'll definitely create a sound. And the speed or the rhythm of your movement is going to increase just a little to match the breath. So you guys just watch for a moment and I'll show you just a little example of what this looks like before you get started. Your fingertips will come onto your shoulders. You're going to twist to the right when you inhale, to the left when you exhale, and you'll have that slightly more forceful breath by pumping the belly in and out, breathing through your nose. So it'll look something like this. And then you'll release your hands to your sides. So roll your shoulders up towards your ears, back and down, check in with your feet. And we'll do this all together now, raising the fingertips to the shoulders. Remember, the inhale twists you to the left, the exhale twists you the inhale twists you to the right, the exhale twists you to the left. The breath is a little more forceful, a slight pumping of the belly. Breath comes in and out through the nose. You might feel yourself building some internal heat as we do this. So we'll start together and then you can go at your own pace, breathing in and out, into the right, out to the left. One more breath and release. Go take an inhale through your nose, sweep your arms out and reach up overhead. And exhale to release your hands through your heart center. Pause here, just notice how you're feeling, breathing in and breathing out. Then as you inhale again, sweep your arms out and up over your head. And as you exhale, fold forward. Inhale to lengthen your spine. And as you exhale, plant your hands and step or walk your feet back into downward facing dog. And then from your downward facing dog, inhale, come forward to the plank pose. As you exhale, lower the knees. A few rounds of cat and cow here as you inhale, lifting the tailbone, lifting the chest. And exhaling to tuck the tail and round the spine. You can inhale and lift the tailbone, lift the chest. And exhale, tuck the tailbone and round the spine. Good. Do one more as you inhale, lift the tailbone and lift the chest. As you exhale and curl in, really think about compressing the muscles of your abdomen, your digestive organs, and then inhale and come back to neutral. Tuck your toes under, press the seat back to the heels, and lift the knees on an inhale. As you exhale, look to the hands, step the right foot forward in between the hands. Now, if you're using blocks, here's where you might grab your blocks. Lift your hands up onto your blocks. Take a breath in as you reach your chest forward and your left heel back. And then exhale and lower the left knee down to your mat or onto a blanket. And then you want to make sure that the left hand is directly underneath of the left shoulder. So you can move that block back underneath of your hand slightly. Take your right hand to the top of your right thigh. Make sure the spine is extended, almost coming into a back bending shape as you lift your chest. And then start to rotate your chest to the right. So we want to try to keep the sole of the right foot on the floor and squeeze the right knee in towards the midline of the body as you twist. Just keep the right hand on the thigh. That'll give you some leverage. And just imagine those digestive organs getting a good squeeze as you rotate around to the right. Take one more breath in. And then on your exhale, release the twist. You can take the right hand back down to the block or take both hands to the floor. Tuck your left toes under. As you inhale, press through the heel, lift that knee. Look to the top of your mat, and as you exhale, step your left foot forward to meet your right. When you inhale, extend your spine long. And when you exhale, fold forward again, compression of those abdominal organs. On your breath in, come all the way to stand. Raise the arms up and overhead. And then exhale and release the hands in front of the heart. As you inhale, sweep your arms out and up overhead. And then exhale as you flow forward. Inhale to lengthen your spine. As you exhale, plant your hands, step or walk your feet back, downward facing dog. Take a breath in. And on the exhale, lower the knees. As you inhale, cow pose, lifting the tail, dropping the belly, lifting the chest. As you exhale, tucking the tail, rounding the spine, taking the chin towards the chest. Good. Inhale, lift the tail, lift the chest. Exhale, tuck the tail, round the spine, take chin to chest. Inhale, lift. Exhale, curl. Then inhale back to a neutral spine, tuck the toes under. As you exhale, raise the seat back and up into downward facing dog. Look towards the hands as you breathe in. On the exhale, step the left foot forward between the hands. Again, if you're using blocks, grab your blocks, take them under your hands as you breathe in. Stretch your chest forward, reach back through your right heel. And then as you exhale, lower your right knee down to the mat. The right hand's going to stay on a block or come to the floor directly beneath the right shoulder. The left hand comes up to the left thigh. Take a breath in, lift your chest, find a little bit more extension like you're trying to do a back bend here, and then rotate your chest towards the left. Keep squeezing the left knee in towards the midline of the body. Breathe in and out. Good. Inhale And exhale. Take one more breath in. And then as you breathe out, release your twist. You can use the blocks under the hands. Tuck the right toes under, lift that knee up, inhale. Look to the top of the mat as you exhale. Step the right foot in between the hands. Breathe in and lengthen. Breathe out and fold. Inhale and come all the way to stand, sweeping arms out and reaching up. Exhaling to fold forward. Good. We'll inhale, sweep the arms out and reach up. And exhale as you fold in half. Inhale to elongate the spine. And exhale to plant the hands and step or walk back, downward facing dog. Inhaling to raise the heels, come forward into plank pose, the top of a push-up. As you exhale, lower the knees, then bend the elbows, lower the chest. Inhale to point the toes back, lift the chest, pull the heart forward. Low cobra or bhujangasana. Tuck the toes under as you exhale. Press your seat back to your heels, lift your knees, downward facing dog or Adho Mukha Svanasana. Breathe in. And breathe out. Inhale. And exhale. One more breath in. And out. And then looking towards the hands on the breath in. As you exhale, step, hop, or walk. Both feet come to the front of the mat. Inhaling to lengthen the spine. And exhaling to fold forward. As you inhale, come all the way to stand. Stretch the arms out. Reach up overhead. And then exhale to bring the hands in front of the heart. And release them down to the waist. Check that the feet are again parallel to each other with all 10 toes pointing forward. And then with the hands on the waist, start to hinge forward from the hip creases. Reach the chest forward, lift up through the sitting bones so you really get a stretch on the hamstrings. For some of you, you might stay right here with your hands on your waist, maybe hands on the thighs or the shins. The idea is that you keep this long, extended spine so that we're stretching the hamstrings as well as compressing the belly. You can take your first 2 fingers and thumb down around your big toes if that's available to you, as long as you can keep lifting the chest like you're doing a back bend here. Breathe in, lift up through the tailbone, and breathe out. Inhale. And exhale. Breathe in. And release. As you inhale, come all the way to stand. Sweep the arms out and reach up. And exhale to bring the hands down together in front of the heart. Then stand wide on your mat. So you're turning to the long edge of the mat, taking your hands to your waist, stepping the feet so that they're about a wingspan or an arm's length apart. All 10 toes are pointing towards the long end of your mat. The feet are parallel to each other. Inhale as you open the chest into a slight back bend. And as you exhale, slowly start to fold forward. As you fold forward, the hands can come to the floor beneath the shoulders. Inhaling to draw the chest forward and the hips back. Exhale and hold here. So the spine stays lengthened again here. You might invite in a block for underneath of the hands. You want to be able to keep reaching the chest forward, drawing the shoulder blades towards each other, reaching the hips back. And then from this extended spine, you're going to press your left hand down into the floor or a block underneath of your face. Take your right hand onto your waist. Take one more breath in to inhale. And then as you exhale, slowly start to twist to the right. So you're opening your chest to the right, starting to stack the shoulder. For today, we're just going to keep the right hand down on the waist and really work through that twist So don't worry about lifting the arm, but instead squeezing those abdominal muscles of digestion. Really feel that squeeze using the core muscles to help you twist. Take one more breath in. And then as you exhale, release the twist, bring the right hand back down to the block or to the floor. And then bring the right hand directly under the face. Bring the left hand to the left hip. On the inhale, extend the spine. And then squeezing, contracting, wringing out those digestive muscles or the digestive organs using the core muscles as you twist to the left. And just really feel that sort of wringing, compressing, squeezing action in those organs of digestion in your abdomen. Take one more breath in. And then as you exhale, release the left hand down. Inhale and lengthen the spine. Bring the hands up to the waist as you exhale. Press the feet away from each other, and on your breath in, rise all the way up to stand. And as you exhale, you can step or hop the feet together. Good. Once you're standing, you might turn to face the front of the mat again. Keep the feet about hips distance apart. Bend the knees and sit back as if you're sitting into a chair, Utkatasana. From here, you can raise the arms up beside the ears and exhale. Breathe in and breathe out. Take one more breath in. And then exhaling to fold forward over the legs, compressing the belly as you fold. Inhale to lengthen the spine. And then as you exhale, start to bend your knees, let your heels raise up from the floor. Reach your fingertips forward, and then have a seat all the way down on your bottom. Once you're seated, the knees should be bent with the soles of the feet still on the floor. And then from here, you're going to slide your left heel underneath of your right leg. So I'm going to turn to face you, and it'll look like this. Left heel underneath of the right leg. And then you can slide the right foot back so that it's in front of the shin, or you can step the right foot across to the outside of the left knee. Just make sure that both of your sitting bones are still resting on the floor. So if you step the foot across and you kind of lean over to the left a little bit, just keep that foot right in front so you can keep a balance on your sitting bones. And then we're going to keep holding the right shin with the left hand and let the right hand come down behind the hip. And then as you inhale, extend up through the crown of the head. And as you exhale, a little leverage between that left hand and right shin as you pull yourself into a twist to the right. Again, wringing, squeezing, pressing, and compressing those abdominal organs and abdominal muscles. Take one more breath in and out. And then as you inhale, release and turn forward. Slide that left leg out, bring both of the feet to the floor. And then slide the right leg under the left. Same setup here, so you can bring the left foot in front of the shin or step the left foot to the outside of the knee. As you step outside of the knee, just check and see, does your hip lift up off of the floor, or can you maintain a connection between your sitting bone and your mat? And then the right hand's going to stay on the left shin as the left hand comes to the floor behind the hip, extending up through the crown of the head and then rotating to the left. Again, those abdominal muscles get a nice squeeze, compression, a nice little wringing out. Take one more breath in and out. And then releasing the twist, turning forward, uncrossing the legs. So you're still seated facing the front of your mat. You're going to stay there and then slowly roll all the way down onto your back. As you roll down onto your back, hug both of your knees to your chest. Take a breath in. And then as you exhale, lift your forehead to touch your knees. Squeeze yourself into the tightest ball that you can. And then release all of that as you inhale. The feet come down to the mat. The arms rest at the sides. Turn the palms up towards the ceiling. Step the feet out as wide as your mat. Let the knees drop towards each other. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And then open your mouth. Let the breath out with a sighing sound. Close your lips together. Start to soften your breath. One more breath in and out. And then separate the knees. Slowly walk the feet in towards the center of the mat. Hug the right knee up to the chest and extend the left leg straight on the mat. Good. Take a breath in. And then as you exhale, really draw the front of that right thigh down into the right side of your belly and your abdomen. Breathe in. As you inhale, let your belly expand up and out into the front of your thigh. And as you exhale, squeeze the thigh into the belly. A breath in, expand the belly up and out into the thigh. And then on the breath out, squeeze the thigh into the belly. And as you inhale, stretch the right leg out long. And then exhale to bring the left knee to the chest. Inhale. Exhale and squeeze the front of the left thigh down into the belly. And then inhale, let the belly lift and rise and press into the thigh. Exhale, a squeeze of the thigh into the belly. Inhale, the belly again lifts and presses into the thigh. And exhale, thigh pressing into the belly. And as you inhale, stretch the left leg out long. Reach both arms overhead. Push and pull your body as long as you can, like you just woke up in the morning. Stretch, stretch, stretch. And then we'll take a brief Shavasana. If you have a little bit longer to spend here, you can pause or stop the video, set a timer, and stay just as much time as you have. Otherwise, we're just going to settle in here for just a couple of breaths. Here, just letting everything kind of settle. The nervous system gets to settle a little. The organs of digestion, they've been squeezed and pressed and compressed. So we're going to let those start to settle back to their natural state. Softening the breath. then slowly begin to move your fingers and your toes. Make circles with your wrists and your ankles. Hug both knees up towards the chest. As you hug your knees in towards your chest, rock a little side to side before rolling all the way over onto your left side. As you roll over onto your left side, just take a brief pause there. And then press your right hand down into the floor and peel yourself all the way up to seated. Take a comfortable seat, extending your spine long. Bring your hands together in front of your heart. If you have time to continue on to the next video now, you can take a moment to start setting up a comfortable seat. Otherwise, if you're coming back to the pranayama practice later today, may you have a blessed day. Namaste.